Oh, we're doing another video where Liverpool win. Very enthusiastic, isn't it? Yeah. Undefeated in 20. We'll talk about it later on. You lot are gonna the thoughts going in my head right now as a Man United fan is not okay. It's not okay. Yeah. That's a joke. No, this game was a joke, and I'm gonna tell you why in a minute. But look, if you like the content, smash the likes. If you want to know my thoughts, continue to watch the video. And if you want to subscribe, feel free. Yeah. um, well done. Another semi-final, Carabao Cup once again. Ole ole, yeah. Okay. Let's just get straight down into it. I can't believe this. I actually thought Southampton might have a little chance. Guess not. How dare I? And the main thing is, look, this is what we learn. I'm here to break down the game. Look at the points. If you agree with them, amazing. If you don't, tackle them. Yeah. Slot didn't even care about this game. I said it. Yeah, I said it. Slot clearly didn't give a crap. He had Joe. I don't even know what formation it was. I'm gonna be honest. I saw Trent in the midfield sometimes. You know, I saw Nyoni at right back, right wing. I didn't understand. I would say was his name obviously Tyler Morton, player by the way, everywhere. I didn't understand it, and then it was just up for Gakpo and Nunes to do the job, and obviously Elliot again, like obviously in that attack. Well, I would like to think it was more of an attacking mid role. I was kind of confused. Was it like a 4-2-3-1 with like an extra inverted? Because Endo centre back, or was he left back inverting? Like I don't know. Slot's a madman at this point. Clearly, he's a madman. But you know, 4-3-3, 4-2-3-1. You let me know what it was. Couple decent performances, I must say. I wouldn't even say Liverpool had to get out third gear. A lot of these players were, you could say, fringe players at this rate. You know, Klopp's kids back in the fold. You know what? I really wanted to gauge into this game mainly is because I got to witness the two players that I rated out of all the Liverpool's kids, right? Actually, there was three. There was one that came on in the third half, but I really like Tyler Morton. I feel like he's a player that can play in many positions. And Nyoni, that kid is that is the player, him there. But anyways, Slot clearly didn't care about this game. It was for me. You look at the lineup; it looks like a mess on paper, right? But it worked. You know, you got Cody Gakpo working off of Darwin Nunes, Harvey Elliott on the right, but he's more attacking mid than Nyoni's out on the right. It's like it confused Southampton, and I'm thinking, yeah, this guy's trying to throw this game away potentially. If he wins, fair dues. But clearly, Slot doesn't really care about this competition as much, and fair play because look, you're top of the league in the champs, and then obviously in the Premier League as well, which you're fighting for. You need to rotate what you can, but and that's a praise, by the way. But yeah, let's dive straight into it as well with some of these players. You know, Nyoni and Morton, give them more minutes. Clear talents of Liverpool Football Club. McConnell as well. He looks like he's got something about him. Does he fit in the future? I'll be honest with you guys. I think for me, we'll see it. We'll see in it. But Morton is definitely one that I feel that can definitely break through potentially as well. You know, I think Liverpool recently have had quite a good intake of the youth as is. They look like they're quite talented as that. If they don't make it, it's because this Liverpool side is actually quite good. It's hard to break through. But I thought Morton definitely, especially in that central role, whatever he was doing, it was nice for him. You know, he was against Southampton. It's not like they put out a bozo team. Like they tried. They couldn't get close to him. You know, every time they tried to break, you know, he got back in time. It kind of reminds me a little bit. Who's like you could say maybe like, because McAllister was on the right and he was there to help. But I thought that was more of a McAllister last season kind of role, if that makes sense. So yeah, he's a tiny little player. And I wonder if he gets the next, you know, whoever you do get in the next round, Arsenal, it could be Tottenham, could be United, it could be Newcastle, right? Like, I feel like now Arne Slot can trust him for sure. And then Nyoni, I know he's very young, and you got to manage his minutes as well as that. Don't make sure you don't put too much pressure on the kid, but the kid is serious. That kid is serious. Yeah. The way he glides past players, yeah, and he's not even physically, what's the word? Like, he is physical, but he's not physically he's not. Oh, I can't get the words out properly. But when it comes to he's not like an adult yet. Does that make sense? He's not even grown. He's not physically there, and there's so much more room to grow into. It just makes me wonder what kind of player he will like develop into. I can't really work it out. You know, some may just look at him and say, "Oh yeah, look, he's slim, tall, dark, Gravenberch." No, I don't think that's the case, and I feel like that's gonna be the comparison. I can't work out yet, but he's tidy. You know, he plays risky passes that are very nice. You know, he linked up really well with Trent. I thought, you know, Trent had also had a good game, and you can kind of see that he's going to be probably the star of the future, especially in that Liverpool side. You know, they got, you know, I think Liverpool's squad's got quite a good balance of age. You know, between obviously obviously the older players, the younger players, the ones that are, you know, coming into their peaks or growing into that peak age. You know, McAllister's like what 24, 25. Gravenberch's a lot younger. You know, Endo's obviously on a lot of the senior side and whatnot. But anyways, yeah, I feel like Liverpool got a little star in their hands, and I kind of noticed this through pre-season as well. And it was like, who's that? Now, who's that kid? Now, that's exactly what I looked at today. And I'm not glazing or doing too much, but I was like, who's that kid again? Like, let me find out his name. It's Nyoni, of course it was. Like, he's really, really good, right? But the other one, another kid, and people forget, he's been in around the game for a little second now, and he's just come back from injury. He had a couple cameos as well recently. Harvey Elliott. I used to disrespect this kid. You know, I never used to see the hype. And then obviously last season, he was coming off the bench and he was proving, again, getting clutch goals, Crystal Palace and whatnot. And then, yeah, today, I was just looking at him and I've been saying it for a while. Like, I'm not here to pin one player against another. And I know it's only just Southampton, right? And I think Szoboszlai, didn't he not score against Southampton recently? And you probably see where I'm going with this. See, I am definitely more in favour of Harvey Elliott being used with Gravenberch and also McAllister. I just think it works more. I think Harvey Elliott's definitely a physical enough player, just like Szoboszlai is. Like, I feel Liverpool's best midfield trio could be that or Curtis Jones in front, one or the other. And again, I'm going to tell you why, because Harvey Elliott does have more consistent goals in him. And I do think he creates better passes and creates better options. And I wonder if that's going to be the case in the future. No one should be safe in their positions, of course. But Harvey Elliott makes that little difference. You know, he's growing into that place where, you know, is he like going to be the guy that comes off the bench and makes an impact play, like be an impact type player, or is he going to grow into the role where he starts? Now, I think Harvey Elliott's in that fine line where he could grow into that, and it's not just off the one game. It's off just the speculation of just how old he is, how many games he's had over the recent couple of years as well, and I think there's a position to be fought for right there, and you know. You can be the impact player when Salah's not playing and whatnot, and be the understudy. Sure, you know, Chiesa came on. If he can stay fit, that could be his place. That could be his role for this season. But in that attacking mid spot, you want to go up a level potentially, and I think Harvey Elliott could be that. I really do. I'm like especially after last year, I started rating him more and more. I remember making a video on it as well, and holding my hand up, saying, you know what, he's nifty. This kid, he's definitely got a little something, even with those noodle hair. But yeah, rotation is Slot's best friend. And that's the key thing. He was brave. I think you could say Slot was brave today. You know, playing Joe Gomez. Kwanzaa's not in good form at all. And we'll talk about that as well. You know, got Endo out of favour, fringe player, you know, throwing 3 kids in the mix, you know, taking off McAllister when he needed to. You know, he's still getting back into his fitness. Then McConnell comes on. You know, who else got subbed on? I'm just even having a little look. Jogo Jota getting more minutes. I'm pretty sure, you know, I thought he could have got a goal. But I'm pretty sure Liverpool fans want to see him up front. Darwin Núñez on the score sheet took that goal very well. You know, this is why Darwin Núñez can be useful in certain situations. And obviously, at the end is Jadon Danns. For me, that's how you rotate a team and use this competition. And I think, again, Slot's praise just goes from next level to next level to next level, right? And Liverpool are now fighting on all fronts. And the FA Cup hasn't started yet. And if they can get this wrapped up, obviously February is going to be the times when you play in the final. Who's the favourites right now as it stands? And I don't like doing this for Liverpool, but now it's got me thinking, who looks like the best team in Europe right now in the Champions League? Liverpool. You know, who looks like they're going to go out in January and go get more signings? Liverpool. You know, who looks like they're going to probably win the Prem based off experience and you're taking advantage of other teams falling off? Liverpool. And then now you've got a Carabao Cup coming up. And who looks like the best team in the Carabao Cup right now of all the teams? Liverpool. So am I screaming treble for them? I hope not. Because Man United must stop this Liverpool team. We must beat Tottenham and we must get Liverpool either in a final or in a semi-final. We need to kick them out. And you lot will probably laughing at me thinking, oh, United are crap, this, that, and the other, yada, yada, yada. Who better to stop a team from doing something like that potentially than my own club, right? I'm putting the pressure on us right now. Because right now, I'm actually thinking Liverpool might do a treble. And it's not even a joke. It's not even a joke. And you might call it FA Cup, Carabao Cup. If they don't know the FA Cup, it's not a treble. It's not the point. The fans will start screaming it. I said it. But praise the slot. 20 games unbeaten since Forest. It's quite impressive. It's severely impressive. We used to talk about runs, especially in his first season. We used to talk about runs like 10 game runs, 12 game runs before you take a drop on like points. I know Liverpool have dropped points recently, but 20 games unbeaten is sincerely fantastic. Something I ain't seen my club do in a while. And you got to praise Slot for that, man. And I feel like all the players are fresh. Salah didn't need to come on today and he didn't. Refreshed it. Van Dijk got his rest. You got Tottenham. You got a big game on the weekend as well. So you had that to think about. I think he done it well, man. He trusts his team and I think the players trust him as well. The message has clearly gotten over to a lot of these kids, a lot of the players, a lot of the staff, and right now to a lot of the fans. So yeah, and you know what? I've been onto him recently, but we'll see what goes from there. Maybe a conversation was had. Maybe Kwanzaa was just basically baited out. Maybe he's bucked his ideas up a little bit, but that was his best game all season. He was pretty much left stranded after Joe Gomez came on. I know Simicast was there, but Endo filled in centre back, I believe. He commanded that. He done what he needed to do. There was their potential penalty at the end. Maybe. Who knows? I don't care at this moment of time. You probably still would have won on penalties regardless. But Endo and Kwanzaa were definitely, and then Nyoni for me, and Trent, because I don't think you can't not talk Trent, but Trent did come off obviously at half time. But if you talk about ones that played for most of the minutes, yeah, they were definitely some sort of man of the matches. Harvey Elliott got that goal. He controlled the midfield. He was evidently the man of the match. But I feel like you can't mention this game. And I know they conceded one, right? Like, that was a wicked little goal from Archer as well. Yeah, Kwanzaa can get his flowers. Fair enough. And Endo. Anyways, like the video, subscribe if you're new. Let me know your thoughts. Oh, my club better be doing the business tomorrow.